All right, just want to talk about my Kinisi harness and how I have it set up. This is the Dmm Kinisi Max. If you're not familiar, I'm coming from a Tree Motion Evo harness. I have climbed in a lot of different harnesses over the last 18, 19 years, and so far this is my favorite. I am using the recoil Audax suspenders. Always use suspenders on most of my harnesses, from Weaver kind of generic harnesses to Tree Austria harnesses to Amazon harnesses. You name it, I've tried all kinds of different harnesses. So far, this one I feel like it was made for this harness. The recoil Audax was made for the Dmm Kinisi. It fits it perfectly. It really distributes the weight nicely. I am using a small DMM shackle here on the back of the sew-in loop in order to make that girth hitch square against my back. I've left the buckles in the center. I prefer that. You'll see that I have the DMM tendon knee ascender installed on this harness. I think that this is a really big win personally. I am utilizing the swivel carabiner that the shock cord comes with on my left hand side, and I'm using an additional accessory carabiner on my right hand side to be able to connect the two to get a little bit of extra tension out of that shock cord. On the back of the harness, I have the DMM stowaways. These sit quite a bit lower on my back than from my Tree Motion Evo, so I'm still kind of figuring those out. The Rock Exotica transporters, I have 4 on here. 2 small, 2 large. I'm a very, very big fan of the transporters. I have this same setup on my Tree Motion Evo. I like to be organized, and these things I don't break. I don't know how many Kara tools I've gone through over the years, so these guys, they haven't broke on me. I think that they're worth the money for sure. They do sit further backwards towards the center of my back, on my back, than on the Tree Motion Evo. So I used to keep my handsaw here on my left hand side, but it sits about 1.5 inches further backwards on this harness than it does on my Evo. So I ended up actually using one of DMM's little locking accessory stowaway deals here, so that way I can put my handsaw right there so I can still see it and access it a little bit easier. I have on both sides, on both legs, DMM gated revolvers. These I use for long limb walks, or if I got to keep the tail with me, the tail rope, just somewhere to kind of keep it out of my way. I also moved spinning around here, I also did move the adjustable bridge, the actual cam adjusters. I moved to the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side. I'm right-handed, so I often keep my lanyard on my right-hand side, and it was just too much rope slack there on my leg. And then I keep the 2 legs rope bridge. I just typically keep them in that revolver on my left-hand side. I do run a axis swivel on my bridge. I run both bridges together unless I really need to split them apart for multiple tie-ins. It just gives me a level of redundancy that I appreciate. And then the last thing I really want to talk about on my Kinisi is what I did with the excess straps here. I kept the elastic on. I didn't remove it. I know some people removed it, but I kept mine on. And both the elastic slack and then the excess leg strap, I went ahead and pushed them backwards through this material in order to keep them out of the way and to keep this part of the leg cleaner when it's actually buckled on your leg. I didn't like the red elastic strap dangling down, so I just went ahead and pushed those back through there, and that works for me. Overall, this is my Kinisi setup. Very, very pleased with it, and I've probably got about 18 to 20 hours in it total right now, and I'm looking forward to getting some more time in it.